Two people are meeting tonight to discuss betraying you. One of them is family. Archangel Michael says, listen closely, for the shadows of this night carry whispers you were never meant to hear. Two people, bound not by loyalty but by hidden agendas, are gathering under the veil of darkness to discuss a betrayal that could shatter your trust forever. One of them, painfully and undeniably, carries the same blood as you, a family member whose intentions are not what they seem. The air tonight is not ordinary. It feels heavy, thick with secrets and the weight of words about to be spoken in secrecy. In a place where the moon barely reaches, these two will meet, sitting across from one another, exchanging glances filled with unspoken plots. The betrayal is not a fleeting thought. It is a carefully constructed plan that has been building quietly while you remained unaware of its depth. Archangel Michael says, you must understand, this meeting is not a coincidence. It is a calculated moment, a step towards something that, if not revealed to you now, would have struck like lightning when you least expected. The betrayal they speak of is not just about words. It is about actions that could harm your peace, your future, and your trust in those you believed were on your side. In the silence of the night, they will share stories, twisted truths, and deceptive reasoning. They will convince themselves they are justified in what they plan to do to you. And as each minute passes, the deception grows stronger, weaving a net meant to trap you emotionally, financially, and spiritually. The family member involved carries a heavy burden of envy. This is not sudden. It has been there for years, hidden behind smiles and false kindness. There were moments in the past when you might have sensed it, a cold stare, a dismissive word, but you brushed it off, believing family could never turn against you this way. Tonight proves otherwise. The other person in this meeting is not family by blood, but they have been circling your life like a shadow, collecting every weakness they believe they can exploit. This person whispers venom into the ear of your family member, convincing them that betrayal is the path to what they desire most. And together, they believe tonight's conversation will seal their alliance against you. Archangel Michael says, do not think for a moment that this plan cannot touch you. Its reach is closer than you imagine. But you are not helpless. Divine protection surrounds you, and by knowing this now, you are already steps ahead of their deception. The light of truth pierces the darkness where they plot. They chose tonight for a reason. Darkness makes them bold. The hour makes them think they are safe from being seen or heard. But Archangel Michael sees every move, every whispered word, every silent nod they exchange. One talks with a trembling voice, unsure if they can go through with betraying you completely. The other is more determined, feeding fear into uncertainty, pushing the betrayal to take shape. They speak of your kindness as if it were weakness. They speak of your trust as if it were an open door to be invaded. The family member listens, their heart divided between loyalty and greed. Deep down, they know this is wrong, but the lure of what they think they will gain is clouding their judgment. The outsider knows exactly how to manipulate this weakness, and tonight, they use it to the fullest. You have always been someone who believes in family, who supports those you love without hesitation. This purity is exactly what they are trying to exploit. They think you will not see it coming, that you will forgive too easily, that you will be too shocked to react when the betrayal strikes. But this message arrives before they can act, illuminating every shadow they hoped would hide them. Archangel Michael says, I am sending this to awaken you, to lift the veil of deception from your eyes. This betrayal is meant to break your spirit, to make you question the goodness in others, but it will fail. The very moment they conspire tonight, heavenly forces are surrounding you, preparing you for what's to come. Your family member is conflicted, but they will still allow the discussion to happen. They fear losing their connection to the other person if they refuse to meet. And so, they will sit, they will listen, and they will let words of betrayal hang between them. The other person, emboldened, will promise results, promising that you will never see the downfall until it is too late. They are wrong. Even as they meet, light pushes against their intentions. Every plan they attempt to make will be flawed because the truth cannot stay hidden for long. Signs will begin to surface, misplaced words, strange actions, sudden coldness, that will alert you before they can strike. In the coming hours, a wave of intuition will wash over you. You may feel restless, uneasy, as if something unseen is watching you. That is not fear, it is divine warning. It is Archangel Michael whispering for you to stay alert, to look closely at those you trust, to notice who acts differently after tonight's meeting. The betrayal they hope to set in motion will require steps to succeed, and each step will create ripples you can feel if you remain aware. A slip of the tongue, a message sent to the wrong person, a sudden excuse for secrecy, these will be the cracks through which light exposes the truth. Archangel Michael says, understand this. Betrayal often wears the mask of love and care until the moment it reveals its face. But heaven does not allow its chosen one to be destroyed by deceit. This message is your shield, your forewarning, and your chance to rise above their plot. Long before they meet tonight, jealousy brewed silently in your family member's heart. They saw your strength, your resilience, your blessings, and felt overshadowed. The outsider noticed this vulnerability long ago and decided to nurture it, feeding lies and illusions of gaining something greater by turning against you. But the outsider is not driven by gain alone. They hold an old resentment toward you. Perhaps you denied them something in the past, or your success reminded them of their failures. Their motives are dark, rooted in bitterness, and they found the perfect partner in your conflicted relative. Tonight is when they will try to bind themselves together through betrayal. Even as they meet, divine presence will be there, watching, listening. The outsider's words will seem powerful, but cracks of doubt will begin to appear in your family member's mind. There will be a hesitation, a moment where truth tries to push through the cloud of deception. You may not hear these conversations directly, but signs will reach you. A misplaced glance tomorrow, a stutter when you ask a simple question, or even a dream warning you of danger. All of these are guided by Archangel Michael to ensure you are not blindsided. What they plan tonight cannot succeed fully because it is being exposed now. You are chosen to hear this message, to be protected, and to turn what could have been betrayal into strength. This night will not pass quietly. Spiritual forces are moving, reshaping destinies as choices are made under the cover of darkness. The outsider believes they are in control, but Archangel Michael is already placing obstacles they cannot see. Their attempt to twist your family member's loyalty will falter. Truth will soon shatter their alliance. What they hoped would be a perfect betrayal will instead become their own undoing. They will begin to turn on each other, mistrusting motives, fearing exposure. And when the time is right, their secrets will unravel publicly, leaving no doubt in your mind about where loyalty truly stood. By knowing this now, you carry power. You are no longer a target in the dark. You are a beacon of light that exposes deception before it takes root. Trust that Archangel Michael is guiding every step you take after tonight, ensuring you are shielded from harm and betrayal is transformed into divine justice. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, even as this night stretches on, the plot against you weaves itself tighter, yet the light of heaven grows stronger around you. The two who meet tonight believe they are unseen, but every breath they take is recorded in divine memory. Their whispers echo in spiritual realms, where truth cannot be silenced. The outsider leans in closer to your family member, their voice low, coaxing fear and doubt into every word. They promise rewards that glimmer like gold, but beneath the surface, they are chains of regret waiting to bind your loved one. Though your family member wavers, their eyes flicker with unease, sensing something unseen watches them even now. The night around them feels colder than usual. A faint breeze stirs the air as if unseen wings pass by, disturbing the comfort of their deceitful conversation. They dismiss it as nothing more than the night wind, but it is Archangel Michael moving closer, ensuring that divine intervention is never far away. While they conspire, your spirit begins to stir, even from afar. You may suddenly feel a heaviness in your chest or a pulse of energy that feels foreign. This is not fear, it is your soul reacting to hidden danger, aligning with celestial protection to strengthen you before morning comes. Archangel Michael says, understand this. Betrayal planned in darkness cannot stand against divine foresight. What they aim to destroy will instead become the cornerstone of your breakthrough. Heaven is already orchestrating events to dismantle their plans before they touch your destiny. The outsider begins laying out details, timelines, methods, quiet ways to make you falter. They think every step is clever and hidden. Your family member nods slowly, but their hands tremble, betraying an inner war between conscience and temptation. The room feels tight, suffocating, because the presence of righteousness pushes in, unwilling to let betrayal take hold without resistance. They speak of secrets you've shared in trust, moments of vulnerability they believe they can twist against you. Yet, as each word leaves their lips, a spiritual barrier strengthens around you, making it impossible for lies to destroy you completely. Even as they scheme, unseen forces alter the path of their betrayal, bending it toward exposure and justice. Your dreams tonight may be vivid, almost prophetic. You might see faces in shadows or feel as though you're being called to awaken. This is no ordinary dream, it is Archangel Michael sending visions to prepare you. The signs will be undeniable, guiding you to watch closely and trust your intuition when daylight comes. The outsider pushes harder, their desperation rising because they know time is short. They fear you will discover their intent too soon, and so they pressure your family member to commit fully tonight. But there is hesitation, a flicker of old loyalty that refuses to die completely. That flicker is where divine light enters, turning the tide even as they plot. Archangel Michael says, "Do not be afraid of what they plan. Fear is the seed they wish to plant in you, but instead, faith will bloom." The meeting tonight is their attempt to forge a weapon against you, but heaven is reshaping that weapon into your shield. The very walls around them seem to vibrate with unseen energy. Objects feel displaced, noises stir where silence should reign. This is no accident. It is divine interference reminding them that their path is not unseen nor safe from consequences. Even as they finalize words of betrayal, conviction gnaws at their spirit. When dawn breaks, you may sense a change in those around you. Watch the way they avoid eye contact or offer forced smiles. Pay attention to sudden silence in conversations where once there was warmth. These are echoes of tonight's secret meeting, clues that divine revelation will soon piece together for you. Your destiny is not in their hands. No plot conceived in darkness can undo the plans heaven has already set in motion for your future. The betrayal they hope to forge tonight will unravel like thin thread in a storm, leaving them exposed and powerless against the light. Archangel Michael says, "Stay steadfast. The betrayal you were never meant to see is now laid bare before you, giving you the upper hand. You are chosen not to fall victim to this scheme but to rise above it, untouchable by those who think they hold power over you." Even now, as you breathe in these words, a spiritual army surrounds you. Barriers of light rise between you and their deception, making it impossible for harm to pierce through. Every step they take toward betrayal leads them closer to divine judgment, while you are lifted higher into protection and truth. Archangel Michael says, as the night deepens, their voices drop to whispers, but every word vibrates through the unseen realm where truth cannot be buried. They think they are safe in this hidden meeting, yet the very table they sit at trembles under the weight of divine justice waiting to fall. The outsider shifts uneasily, sensing a presence they cannot see. They glance over their shoulder, but the darkness shows nothing. Still, they feel watched. Your family member fidgets with their hands, a silent sign that their conscience is not at peace. Deep down, they know they are stepping into something that could destroy bonds that blood alone cannot repair. Minutes stretch into hours as they speak of you, their words laced with envy and malice. The outsider brings out papers, notes, and plans already written long before tonight. This was not an idea born in passing. It is something they've nurtured for weeks, maybe months, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. They believe tonight is that moment. But as they speak, something strange happens. A candle flickers violently though no wind blows, shadows move unnaturally across the walls, and a sudden chill settles in the room. This is no ordinary night. Divine watchers have entered the space, unseen yet undeniably present. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven does not sleep while darkness plots." Even as they write your name with falsehoods, angels erase the damage before it can touch you. Every harmful plan made tonight is already being redirected, turning their own words into their downfall. The outsider grows frustrated. They demand certainty from your family member, pushing for promises they cannot fully give. The tension rises, their voices sharp, and cracks begin forming in their alliance. Mistrust seeps in because the bond they're trying to forge is not built on truth but on greed and manipulation. Your family member hesitates, leaning back, questioning whether this betrayal is worth it. They fear losing your trust forever, fear the shame that will follow if this plan is ever revealed. The outsider presses harder, but something invisible pulls at your family member's heart, a divine whisper urging them to step back before it's too late. Outside, the night grows restless. Leaves rustle without wind, faint footsteps echo though no one is there. These are the signs of angelic presence, surrounding the place of betrayal, creating unseen barriers that keep their plan from taking full shape. Archangel Michael says, even now, while you rest or perhaps feel unease without knowing why, heaven fights for you. The betrayal intended for your pain will never manifest as they imagine. Their own alliance will crumble like dust in their hands. Your dreams may stir violently tonight. Images of family, strangers, shadows moving in silence may appear. These are not random dreams. They are spiritual signals of the meeting taking place, visions meant to prepare you for what is unfolding. By morning, you will awaken with a sharpened intuition that guides your every word and move. The outsider realizes they are losing grip over your family member. Panic sets in, and they begin revealing truths they meant to keep hidden, past schemes, unspoken hatred, the real reasons they despise you. The conversation turns darker, exposing the outsider's true nature. Your family member recoils, realizing too late that they have been pulled into something far more dangerous than they imagined. Archangel Michael says, what was meant to be a silent betrayal has now turned into a revelation. The forces of darkness cannot hide in the presence of divine light. Tonight, the truth begins unraveling in their own circle before it ever reaches you. Suddenly, a noise startles them, a knock at the door, footsteps outside, or perhaps the sound of breaking glass. They freeze, fearing they have been discovered. Though no one enters, fear sinks deep into their hearts, warning them that their actions are not safe from judgment. As dawn approaches, the outsider grows desperate. They push for final decisions, but your family member resists, refusing to cross a line they know they cannot return from. Their conversation ends abruptly, unfinished, poisoned by suspicion and fear. The outsider storms out in anger, leaving behind traces of their plan that will soon be revealed to you. Archangel Michael says, morning light will not rise without bringing change. You will see with new clarity who stands with you and who plots against you. Betrayal cannot stay hidden. Heaven has decreed that all will be exposed. When you wake, you may notice strange signs, a misplaced message, an overheard conversation, or someone avoiding your gaze. These are threads of the plot that angels are placing before you to uncover the full truth. Piece by piece, the web of betrayal will unravel until nothing remains hidden. Justice is not delayed. The outsider who thought they could manipulate your family will soon face consequences of their own making. Relationships they relied on will collapse. Doors they thought open will slam shut. Your family member will be left to choose between redemption and ruin, but they will never again hold the same power to harm you as they imagined tonight. Archangel Michael says, stand firm in the light of truth. This night's secret meeting has already been seen by heaven. What they plotted in whispers will echo as warnings in your spirit, guiding you away from harm and closer to divine victory. Even now, a shield of light surrounds you. While two sit in darkness plotting betrayal, you are held high, untouchable, destined for protection and justice. The night cannot defeat you, for divine eyes have seen all and will deliver the truth into your hands at the perfect moment. Archangel Michael says, "The night has not yet released its secrets, and even as darkness fades into the first hints of dawn, the weight of betrayal still hangs in the air." The two who gathered in secrecy thought their alliance would go unnoticed, but every breath they took has been carried to heaven, every word they spoke marked in the unseen records of truth. While you slept or sat in quiet thought, your spirit traveled beyond the ordinary realm. In visions you did not fully understand, you walked into a room where whispers swirled like smoke. You saw shadows speaking of you, and though their faces blurred, the unease settled deep into your chest. This was not imagination, it was your soul being shown the hidden danger rising against you. The outsider left that night with anger burning in their chest, furious that they could not fully convince your family member to commit to betrayal. They paced under the pale moonlight, plotting how to tighten their grip. Little do they know that with each step, divine light burns away their plans, leaving only broken schemes destined. Your family member, however, could not sleep after that meeting. They lay awake, tormented by guilt, hearing invisible whispers reminding them of the bond they nearly destroyed. Their mind replayed every moment of your kindness, every sacrifice you made for them, and shame carved its way into their heart. Archangel Michael says, "Understand this. Though betrayal attempted to take root tonight, divine justice has already begun working to sever its hold. You are not alone in this fight. Heaven is turning even the weakest flicker of conscience into a shield of protection for you. As morning arrives, strange signs will appear around you. You may receive a message that feels out of place, a phone call that halts without explanation, or even overhear a conversation that hints at secrets. These are not coincidences. They are divine threads leading you toward exposure of the truth. The outsider will not give up easily. Their hatred of you runs deep, driven by envy and past resentment they never let go of. They see your success, your light, your divine protection, and it fuels their desire to bring you down. In their blindness, they cannot see that every attempt they make is another step toward their own downfall. Your family member will be torn between loyalty and fear. They will avoid your gaze, stumble over words when you speak, and make excuses to hide their guilt. But no matter how hard they try, they will not be able to mask the cracks in their facade, because divine presence exposes what darkness cannot hide. Archangel Michael says, "Your spirit is rising, prepared to face betrayal not with fear, but with strength and wisdom. Their conspiracy cannot bind you." The very moment they tried to weave deception, heaven began weaving protection around you that cannot be broken. As days unfold, your dreams will become sharper, your instincts louder. You will know who speaks falsely and who hides dangerous secrets. The outsider will attempt another meeting, thinking persistence will achieve what failed the first time, but angels will intervene again, ensuring that nothing they plan can strike you unseen. What they fail to realize is that betrayal carries a heavy price. Even before their plan touches you, it begins eating away at them. The outsider will find themselves surrounded by misfortune, a sudden financial loss, the betrayal of someone they trust, or unexplained barriers blocking their schemes. These are not accidents, they are divine warnings. Your family member will feel this pressure too. Nights of sleeplessness, whispers in dreams, and moments of dread will remind them that what they are considering is not only wrong but dangerous to their own soul. These unseen forces will push them toward confession and away from destruction. Archangel Michael says, "What was spoken against you is returning to those who plotted it. What they tried to take will slip through their fingers like water." They thought they could bend destiny in their favor, but destiny is written by hands far greater than theirs. When the moment comes for you to know everything, it will not be in anger or chaos. The truth will be delivered with clarity so undeniable that even those who plotted against you will fall silent. Faces will be revealed, motives exposed, and divine justice will strike without you lifting a hand. There will come a day soon where the outsider's voice will crack under pressure, their confidence shattered by unseen intervention. They will turn on your family member, accusing them of weakness, and their alliance will crumble. What they meant for betrayal will end as a war between themselves, leaving you untouched and victorious. Your family member, broken by guilt, will seek forgiveness. They will reveal everything to you, not because they want to, but because divine power will leave them no choice. Their confession will free you from any lingering doubt and solidify the protection heaven has placed over your path. Archangel Michael says, "Stand tall, chosen one." Tonight's secret meeting, meant to break you, has instead fortified your future. Heaven has seen every whisper, and what was planned in darkness is now powerless against the light guiding your destiny. Even now, angels walk beside you, sealing every crack where betrayal could enter, ensuring that no weapon formed against you prospers. While others plot in secrecy, your life moves toward victory, abundance, and peace that cannot be stolen by envy or deceit.